Oh, yay! Finally. Hello. Hello. Hang on. Hang on 1 second, everybody. Only chat rule is be kind to one another. There we go. Hello, Libby. Good morning or good afternoon. And hello, Melinda. It is lovely to see you both today. Everybody, happy Sunday. We have all kinds of fun things to do today. I am so delighted to be here. And and hi to all of you who are coming in. And the chat has just started. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Rob. Hello, Kim. Lovely to see you. And I'm just, I was, I've got all of this stuff sort of posed for the thumbnail, and then of course I get everything all together. I've got all my show notes. Good morning, Jenny, or afternoon actually, um, and I try to go on live, and of course it fails the first time. I'm like, oh no, what's it gonna do today? Happy Sunday to everybody. I hope you are having a wonderful first Sunday of summer for those of you who are here. And I believe that in the Southern Hemisphere, today is the first official day of winter. So, to our Australian friends, I'm sorry you're in for 3 months of either very cold or wet, or I don't know in lots of parts of Australia if it gets super cold or not. I'm enjoying my coffee, and of course, it's a absolutely gorgeous day here in Virginia, high of 84 degrees. Um, I went out and visited with my neighbors today and walked to the store. Yes, I am live now. This is actually me, Libby, and 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 I'm here in real time. If you want to ask me a question, if you could type it in caps, that would be helpful. Hi, Nika. Love to see you. Welcome, welcome. Today we are going to play with toys and or our tools. And I'm going to show you guys after I've said a couple more highs. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Um, what gave me the idea? Hello, Natalia. Nice to see you. And gorgeous there in Silverton, Colorado. Ooh, I'll bet it is. Hello, Katie, and welcome. One of my moderators, chat moderators, Katie Coffee Mug. I hope I'm saying it right. Coffee Mug. And gorgeous on Long Island too. Okay, so we've got like one day of this stunning weather before this heat wave that's going to hit the East Coast starts tomorrow, I think. And then it's supposed to be like hot and so humid that it's like breathing through the dishcloth, and we get a whole 3 months of that. Oh joy. At least we get a couple of nice days. Raining in Wisconsin. Oh, I would take a little rain today. We had a little rain yesterday, not very much, but it was good. Hello, Gary. How are things in England, my friend? Is it a gorgeous day in England? It was a wonderful day there, hopefully. Hi, Jude. Lovely to see you. And hi, Elizabeth. I haven't seen you in a while. And hello, Corolla, and everybody coming in. Thank you all so much. And thank you for those thumbs up. That means an awful lot. It's muggy. Really? Is that like normal there for this time of year? I never think of, I mean, I know that England is wet, but I never think of it as being muggy. Hot and humid in Alabama. Deb, there you are. Can I say? And yes, it did arrive. Can I say in public, or do you want to be private? Not like I didn't just give it away. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And it's hot in Holland. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's hot in Holland and warm and muggy in England. And they say that global warming is not a problem. Right. Okay. Not hot and humid, just humid. Okay. Who, me? Deb, I crack you up? Good, I'm glad. Okay, we have happy mail to discuss. And our beautiful Mousy Deb, who is just the sweetest lady in the world, has sent me. I talked in a video about or maybe I talked in a video that I threw away. I've thrown away a lot of videos lately. Um, or I've recorded a lot of videos that I never put out there. One of them, I do believe, I was talking about these fantastic Zier glitter paint markers that I had seen over at A Colorful Life. Hello, Sean. Hello to anyone that I've missed coming in. Hello, Nick and Tina Colors. At any rate, they are acrylic paint pens like Posca, only they are really glittery, and they really are glittery. Now they come in this package of 12. This is the extra fine point, but they also come in the midpoint, or the medium size point, and each one comes individually shrink wrapped. Now, I have been buying paint pens for years, um, but I usually buy the liquid gold. And I used to use these back when I made polymer clay. And I would sign the back of all my pieces in this really beautiful metallic gold. I ran across a few of the old pens. Now, I got to tell you guys, these are 20 years old. And one or two of them, Kenny, hello. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much for stopping in and for the thumbs up, my dear. I completely understand. Um, and at any rate, they're I mean they're very gloppy. I should say that they've gone very gloppy, but so I know not to unwrap them until I'm actually ready to use them, because I don't know about these, but I know that the ones that are made by the Deco Art, um, but those are chemical based. These are water based. So I know that those have a shorter lifespan. And so I thought I would only unwrap each one as I use it. But I did set up a swatch page specifically for them so that when I'm ready to do each one, I've got it set up so that I can do a plane, because these are apparently translucent, so they're not opaque, they're translucent. And so I'm going to do plain, and then I'm going to see how they look over different colors. Hello, Melody. Thank you for being here. And yes, of course, sweetie, lurking is always good. Um, I'm trying to catch people as they come in the door. But if I don't, oh, Cindy, saw you, caught you just as you rolled off screen. And Pamela and Shara. Hello, Shara. And all of the people coming in. Okay, so they come in. Now, I've named them because they don't come with official names. So one is sort of a coppery yellow orange, and there's a lavender, a sea blue, kind of dark blue, a grassy dark green, a pink, a silver, a champagne, a light yellow, a light green, a dark purple, which is this one here, um, an orange, and a light blue. So as I use each of these, we'll fill up the book. So thank you to Deb for sending these. And also a special thanks for sending this wonderful coloring book. Now, for those of you who do not know Nadiya Vasilkova, she is, like me, another self-published artist. We both use the same publisher, which is KDP through Amazon. And this is, I believe this one was one of her very first books, although it is copyrighted 2018. And it's called Magic Dreams. And what, I mean, beside the fact that it is just stunningly gorgeous art from a beautiful um, artist, it also, she uses a lot of pointillism in her art. For instance, all of this hair drawn with dots. And that is just, I mean, that is just amazing. It's all little tiny, teeny weeny dots. Okay, no problem, Gary. No problem at all. Hello, Sandy. Sandy, I owe you an apology about that video. I am working on it. I had some technical things come up yesterday. I was not able to finish it, but I will finish it today. Um, and we've, this one, a lot of folks have seen this one. And I believe that Karen over at Zucchini Kitty did a version of this that is just stunning. So this, I am going to use this next week as my featured artist of the month, because I still don't have any ink for my printer. So, and I have this and it's already printed. And we're going to do one of these. Um, and I don't know which one yet, but look at how beautiful she is. Well, look at those gorgeous, gorgeous eyes. You can just get lost in, in the detail in these and the beautiful reflections that she's able to achieve with grayscale. But what really fascinated me about this one is look how the cover is colored. I think that it is, it might be neos, it might be watercolors, but look at, how interestingly it is colored. And that made me take a closer look at some of the other books, like that I have, that I've sort of been noticing this theme for a while. But if you look at the cover of a romantic country and look at really what Ari did, or whoever colored this for Ari, they used all kinds of different tools to color with. They used obviously fine line pens here because these are colored with actual stripes to fill in the color. Here they've skipped spots. These are solidly colored with, really cool things. These are actually colored with tiny little V's, just little check mark V's. And so I thought that we would pull out a variety of supplies and see today if we couldn't, play a little bit and see what different things will do. Like, look at how effective it is to have done this bench in white and just used uh, vertical lines to give color. You know, maybe she went a solid yellow and then just the vertical lines. Here she went solid color underneath and did little check marks. And I think that it is just very, very cool. No problem, Katie. Yes, the worker bees need rides home from work. and 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 yeah, it's you really do. You just sort of you have to go for it. And what's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't work. Now, I will admit that I think, and by the way, that same theme is repeated on all of Aries covers. All sorts of different mediums are used, from pencils to watercolors to just to show you the things that are possible, and most of us never even think about. But you know, like using all of these pastels, there's purple, there's pink, there's blue, there's orange, there's pink, you know, a deeper pink. All of it works together. And so if you need to look at a photo reference of some kind, like this cover, to say, okay, you know, all of those colors really work together. So maybe pick all of those out of your kits. That's what we're going to do today. So to that end, I have my own books, but I also have my, because it is too warm for my Prismacolors. So I have my Star Joy Deli Polychromos knockoff brand budget pencils here. And these are really beautiful pencils, guys. They are oil-based, soft core, and really lovely. Slightly harder than the Prismacolors, so it's not so warm that they are melting like my Prismas. My Prismas are basically having to live kind of in or near the refrigerator for extended periods of time. I also have these beautiful Cotman watercolors that I was gifted with for my birthday, and we are going to use those and a fine brush because I don't have any fine line markers, but uh, I do have fine line water-based markers. So we're going to use those. And then I also want to see what we can do with the little, hello, Dev. No worries about being late. Um, and hopefully the news is good. Are you healing well? Hopefully nobody was actually in the hospital. Just sort of a check for you. For those that don't know, and Deb did not admit it, he had a fairly serious accident, and he was injured pretty badly. So I just, you know, he would never say a word to complain for himself, but I will say, geez, I hope you're better. Oh no, I got bumped off yesterday. I had that problem all day yesterday, Sandy. I kept getting bumped off, and oh, cool. I'll bet they loved that, Dev. I'll bet they loved that. Dev was showing his coloring books and work to patients. That is very cool. Okay, so that is what I thought we would do. I have picked out an image. This is really just here to show you that it's one of my two newest books. I will have to say that thanks to all of you, this is the best-selling book that I have ever released. Who knew that doing a book of solely mandalas would do it? And so thank you to everybody who has purchased a copy of that. This is, of course, the brand new 40 fan favorites, which features, and I know for those of you who come here all the time, you're going to go, is she going to talk about that book again? It features 5 drawings from each of my first 8 books. And so it is intended as a sampler for those of you who might be new to my art. Um, the uh, the page that I have picked today is this one, and I thought that it would be a good way for us to play. And yes, yes, Deb, yes, you did. Yes, you did. I owe you for that. You did tell me that. And I believe it was either Rosemary Hatchett or Rochelle. And now I don't remember which one. It might have been both who encouraged me to do a fan favorites book, a bestsellers book. And then the mandalas was sort of the extra book. And of course, it is the one. I should just come to you guys and say, what would you like me to draw? Um, and okay, and Corolla, bye, and no worries. Have a great evening. I know it's what 6, so it's 8 something there in Holland. So have a good evening. And Kim, is that me? What should you change it to? Still waiting for the Dragons book. I know, me too. I actually have 2 new dragon drawings in the works. I'm not ready to show them to you yet, but I will be soon. All right, one of the things I really want to try out is my pearlescent paints, but these also are um, translucent. So I want to wait until we get some color down. Um, let's start with pencils because pencils are always fun to start with and see what we can do in a flower. Um, now I love these delis. They come in a great variety of colors. Whoops, sorry, I know you can't see all of those colors from there. Here, there you go. Now you can see them all. So that is technically the top tray. I love these beautiful pinks and purples. So how about we do a pink and actually let's do a purple and a blue. And the Jude, these I had my friend Amanda over at Vitruvian Art here on YouTube was doing a clean out one day, and she had been talking to me about whether or not she might have anything that I would like. And I said, well, I said the only thing that I really wanted at the time I thought was polychromos. And so she sent me these and she said these are the best knockoff that she had found. And of course, her husband had gifted her a set of the polys for I am going to make stripes, right? So we zoom down. Zoom down just a tad, sorry. And I want to color these with stripes. And today is all about playing because you know what? Coloring should be fun. And if we're not having fun, if we're concentrating so hard on our technique, on getting it just perfect, or worrying that we're not doing it right, we lose the fun. And so I thought I would just take a pretty picture and see if we just couldn't have some fun with it. Hopefully that you guys are down with that. Oh, uh, these are the Deli Starjoys. There is a link to them down below. When I checked this morning, they were $26.99 for a set of 72. They are oil-based soft core and supposedly very similar to polychromos. Now, I do not have polys, so I cannot do a direct comparison. I have to take the word of Amanda Rose Rambo of Vitruvian Art, but she does have polys, and she says they are. So, uh, and I certainly love the laydown. It really is a good price. And the Deli Starjoy is a name that has been around. My same link has worked for them since I got the Amazon link. So I know that, it's the company is reputable. Um, they have good reviews. And and of course, it is an Amazon's choice product. So, whoops, sorry, I am fighting the backward screen again, because I don't know if you guys know it, but when a streamer streams, they see everything backward from the way you see it. Uh, so left is right and right is left. And it's just a matter of training our little brains to work that out. So I did that in stripes. So maybe now I'm going to take my blue, and it does help to actually have your pencils really sharp for this. And maybe do little intertwining loops. Remember, I'm not going for technique, I'm just having fun. And all I'm doing is really just making dragon scales. If I don't like it, I can always fill it in. And if I want to use more than one color, I can do that. Maybe I don't like it at all, which I don't. So maybe I will fill these in, and then we can do something else on top. Look at how beautiful and rich, though, the laydown of these pencils is. They have great pigment. And they are the Guang Hai. Guang Hai, I think I don't know if that's exactly how you say it. That's how I've always said it. Is also a Starjoy product, and they are wonderful. A Deli product. Deli and Starjoy are the same company. They're just two different brand names, depending upon where in the world they are. And if you want to, maybe let's say we want to add some pink behind those purple stripes, you can just do that by grabbing out your. The only thing that I don't like is that they've got these sort of flimsy trays. Now it's a double-sided tin, but to have it all the way open requires more desk space than I have. to work with. So I'm just moving some things around so I can try and get us, or get myself, a little more room to have the pencils more handy. Okay, I was looking for the pink. Whoops. Up is down, Christine. Up is down. And this just sort of, I mean, this is just sort of to give you an idea. Okay, so, let's say you want to add a little pink in between the purple stripes. You can do that. Then if you wanted to add some, use a paint pen and add some sparkles, you could do that. Matter of fact, we are going to do that. So the point that I'm trying to make with this, of course, is that if you can, the only limit to coloring at all in any book, even the expensive ones, is your imagination. And whatever floats your boat is what you can do. Now, I did see one lady, and I have to say my hat is off to her, because there is no way that I would ever be able to have the patience for it. She actually fussy cut out. She made a copy of the page. She fussy cut out a entire section of it and used it as a template on various pieces of magazine, and then cut out and glued and pasted different textures from the magazine, different colors, and something else. Yes, the book is called Candida. The book is my newest release, called The Best of CLAldridge 40 Fan Favorites. This particular page is from my second book. Hang on. Is from my second book, Flower Inspirations. And there are all of the others. So Flower Inspirations looks like this on the cover. And then and if you go to my Amazon, if you use any one of the links that go into Amazon, and then just look up my author name, all of my books come up there as well. Okay, so we can do that. I guess maybe I should continue on with this one. And even if all you're doing is having fun, it can still turn out to be beautiful. Technique-wise, do all kinds of different techniques. I've seen this colored in a variety of wonderful ways. This, in fact, is the image from the front of my travel size book. And that's how it was colored by Shirley Olson, who did this, and I was able to use it on the travel size book. So this one is available exclusively on Amazon, because there are pages this size tucked into the back of all of my full-size books except this one. And the only reason they're not in this one is because it would have thrown the page count off up so high that I'd have had to charge more for it to be able to print it. It is a bonus page. Thank you, Michelle. It's a bonus page in Fabulous Flowers as well. And also, yes, Candida, there's a link to the book in the description below. If one of the mods wants to grab that and add it in there, or Candida, if you prefer a PDF, hang on just one second, because I do have, and I did check today to make sure that it is still valid. And it is, copy. I every now and again will drop one of these into a live chat here on my channel. And that is an Easter egg. For anybody who uses that link to shop in my shop, it will automatically take 25% off your total of anything or everything that you buy. There is no minimum. Been a while since I put one of those in, huh? Oh, yay, you made it back alive. Okay. I completely forgot about the Easter eggs. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you. And I'd forgotten that I was going to add those. So there is an Easter egg. I do throw those in periodically. The links are usually good for 48 hours. And not all the time, but just every once in a while. Okay, now let's try and see. I'm kind of itching to try these new Zier markers. So, does anybody have these out there? Ooh, hey, that is good to know. Did everybody see that? Nika said that the Deli watercolors are $19.99 and 10 minutes away from a lightning deal. So I love lightning deals. I almost never catch them, but I love the idea of them. I think I'm going to light blue, and of course this would be one of those things that wants to defy my old eyes. Surely there is a tab somewhere that you can pull or push or brute force it off. There we go. And it says that you're supposed to shake them 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Shake it all up. And then you, let's see, I'm going to pick a page in the back. And they work just like any other paint marker. You hold them down a little bit. Yep, there we go. And it flows down into the tip. Oh, that is cool. Now, I imagine that if you do this too much over something along the lines of a oil or a wax, that it will eventually build up on your tip. So you might want to keep that in mind and just sort of dab off your tip when you're done. And I like to always store, these are pretty. I like to always store markers like this on their sides. So horizontally like this, as opposed to up and down. It helps to keep the moisture in the because these tips work like a wick. So when you need a little bit more, you just sort of push, not very hard and not very long, because they seem to have a really juicy flow. Playing with sparkles, I love it. It's hard to believe that these are water-based. And I'll bring it up to the camera and show you, but they are really sparkly. They are really, really sparkly. Ah, your husband cooks the best food. Can I come for a visit, Sandy? Please. Trying to remember when the last time I ate a steak was. I had a Philly cheesesteak the other day. Does that count? Okay. So I just sort of wiped off the tip a little bit on that. And then look, guys. Look at how sparkly those are. How cool is that? Yes, she does. I absolutely agree, and I would love to see Pickle. Absolutely love. Uh, Hi, Christine. Hi, Leona. How are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Hang on just one second. Let's see here. Hi, Shannon. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you so much. Okay, now, the answer is I don't know to the person who is messaging me. I don't know. And okay, now, let's go for something else. So that was pencils. Let's try something with, let's try something with, there, okay, let's try something with watercolors. All right. And see if we can do something sort of similar. Now, this is my favorite watercolor brush. It is the only watercolor brush that I have that is a round. And so what I wanted to do with this is to use it on the commons and actually just make a dark color here. And I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to add some sort of a design over it with a pen or something along those lines. So I'm really just using straight color right off the palette. And just, having a bit of a play. Maybe we'll add some glitter. Maybe we'll just add some dots or X's, or we can make them hearts and kisses, or anything that we want. The point is that, is to just sort of have fun. Not all, not necessarily. I mean, obviously, if you want to concentrate on technique, you should do that. But I think it's just fun to, just lightheartedly play every now and again. Oh, cool. What kind were those, Deb? Deb got a scrawler box that had watercolors in it, and belly pencils Christine is using are linked. Yeah, thank you, Katie. Yes, they're linked in the description. Everything that you see, there's a link to the Magic Coloring Book, or to the Magic Dreams Coloring Book. This is Happy Mail, by the way, from Deb, and these are in the links below. The watercolors, the stuff that I use to make my watercolors, is linked below. All my books are linked below, and the Cotmans are linked below as well. So, and I try to do that as I'm setting up my show. Whatever I'm going to use, I try to go find the links for and put them in there so that you guys have them anytime you need them. Now, they are my Amazon links, so everybody knows, and I do earn a couple of cents off of any purchases that you guys make. They add up, and then Amazon gives me a gift card toward, and what I use it for is toward any prizes that I send out or anything like that. I even made him a video about it. I love to make videos of how to help people, because I assume that everybody is like me, that they're all visual learners. So I'm all about the best learning for me is monkey see, monkey do, and that is how I've done it. Okay, now, all right, so I'm going to let that part dry, and maybe move on to doing something more. I just want to make sure that I have not missed something. Okay, I have not missed anything. Thank you very much, everybody, for the patience. Here we go. And we'll just go ahead. I'm going to do one more of these, and then we'll move on to pulling the pencils back out. See, I'm not even going to worry that I've gone a little bit over, because I can always fix that. These are watercolors, so I can lift those back out. As a matter of fact, I could do it right now. I'll send those back in with a little bit of water here in just a second. That's the other thing that I'm learning from these colored covers that I'm seeing on other people's books, is that you don't have to always color all the way to the edges. I've always been one of those that feels like you have to color all the way to the edge, and that isn't true at all. You can actually give the impression of color just by, coloring a little bit of something. And now that is a technique that I have not come anywhere near mastering. I've managed to lighten that up, and I think that it'll be okay. I had not put my page protector down, but since I am working with water, as you can see, the Create Space paper, there I go doing it. The KDP Kindle paper, we're trying to get better about not always saying Create Space. It gets wet, but it doesn't bleed through. So, hello, Beth. How lovely to see you. Oh, who is giving strawberries and cake? And I'm hungry. And milk duds. You guys are going to bound and determined to torture me. Okay. All right, so there is that. We'll just let that aside for the time being. You can mix your medias up as well. So let's drag out the watercolor pens, or the double-ended pens, and I think I want this to be yellow, or maybe a golden yellow. Let me see if 52 is too orangey. Once again, I always swatch everything, so I've always got, nope, 52 is just the perfect yellow. So here is my 52. And let's say that because I'm just going to make big stripes. If I had a super fine liner, it would be so cool. But I at one point in time I toyed with ordering the fine line microns because I use, obviously I use black microns like they're going out of style for my regular drawing. But I can't imagine that I would color with them often enough for it to be a wise investment. Well, hello, Cat and Pace. How are you? And welcome. And welcome to anybody who I've missed personally saying hi to coming in the door. As you know, I uh, sometimes get involved in the what I'm doing here, and I do miss people. I do read the chats back so that I and to then answer follow-up questions uh, on my Wednesday video. And then I'm also going to be working on a new series, and I'm just putting the final touches on that now. So hopefully I will be able to talk about that one, but not this stream. I have just got so many ideas of content, and if there is anything that you guys want to see me do live, or or questions that you have that I missed or that you missed asking and I didn't see them, please do ask them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them to the best of my ability, and or work on uh, the developing a live show for what it is that you guys would like to see. This one just sort of occurred to me. Me? Am I a tease? Hello, Nana. Yay. How are you enjoying your trip? It's still wonderful. Thank you. Just popped in to say hi. Thank you, Nana. I appreciate you so much. She is one champion of a friend, let me tell you. I like that. I like that a lot. Uh, and then I'm also going to do this just because I can. These do not have to be pretty glowy balls. They can be the center of flowers. And ouch, I keep doing that. These double-ended pens are very, okay. Just cause is a great reason. Oh, not telling you about, no, the new series. Well, no, the new series is on a fairly serious topic. And it's basically, coping skills and stuff like that I use over a length of time to manage my long-term depression. So it's much more serious and obviously won't be for everybody. So, live streams should be live and fun and all of that. I can take on serious subjects in smaller, shorter videos that only people that are interested in watching them need to watch or want to watch. So I'm sure the vast majority of you don't care how I manage distress, how I manage stress levels. But there are a few people who actually do wonder, and because this is something that I should just say that I did the depression that I suffer from is because I suffered nervous exhaustion in 1998 around my employment, and so I ended up uh, having to. I altered my brain chemistry. Is really what happened. So thank goodness they left my smart genes behind. So now what I'm adding on top of the little stripes are just little dots in a dark, slightly darker shade. So anyway, enough people have contacted me about that want me to make it a sort of series. So, uh, so you can, I guess, what I want everybody to really get from today's show is that that it isn't, and coloring shouldn't always be about getting it right. Sometimes it can just be about making it fun. So when you come home from a long day at the office or at work, or your kid is on your last nerve, or you're worried about something, sometimes it is just best to just put it all aside and you know draw pretty pink flowers and out of dots. Exactly. Exactly. Exact. Yes. Thank you, Nika. Yes, I was an escrow officer. Yes, the whole mortgage legal nonsense. Of course. Oh boy, you guys, you guys out there in normal people's land really don't know what it was like from the inside, man. Yeah, to have to say no to people and uh, okay. So we've got that now. Let's think of maybe doing these. What I really want is to see what, if I were to do in like a pink, like let's say I did these in a bright pink next to the orange. Actually, bright pink works. So let's say I straight color these. I can go back to doing really cool techniques, or the things that I've learned. I am learning so much this week, I'll tell you. I've been watching Fiona Art as usual. I just, there's just something very calming about her voice and very nice about the art that she makes, and I just really, really enjoy it. And watching coloring and doing things like that, and it's just, it's so inspiring to see all of these gorgeous, gorgeous color combinations in these flowers and things that you wouldn't think of. Golds with, as accents, yellows in odd places, and it's just really inspired me in my own coloring to try and work, to try and work that out. Yeah, point. Yes, pointillism. I do too. I've always been fascinated by that. Uh, Cat and paste. I know your name. Hang on. Christine. How could I forget that? Uh, and so what I want to do here is try my new um, pearl paints over this color and see how that comes out. I can tell you that these deli pencils, uh, actually, it says deli on the outside of the box, but they're sold by Starjoy. Um, are They're really even. They go down really smoothly, really easy, not having to push or press. You can layer them as light or as dark as you want. I'm using fairly medium pressure here just because I want color, some color saturation, but I don't want to lose all the tooth. Um, Especially considering I'm going to cover it up with, with paint and a fine brush. But even on the Create Space paper, they're not, they're not icky, and they would blend out really beautifully, like with a tortilla or something like that. Have you, Michelle? What do you think? I mean, just as pure inspiration, it's amazing, isn't it? Those paint, the paint pour channels. It's like, wow. Especially when they get down and they do those close-ups and you see the cells that have risen up under the torch. Those are like air pockets, and the way that the different chemical compounds or pigments of the paints react to one another. It takes a long time to learn to do all of that. Wow. Okay. Now I'll be curious to hear what you think of those. I swear by these. These are the pretty excellent watercolors. These were $19.99 for 36 colors, and they're fabulous. The cottons are fabulous as well. Of course, all of the Derwent products are fabulous. I haven't tried any of the artisan watercolors, but I have the artisan gouache, and I love them. Oh, Sandy, I'm hungry. Don't torture me. Uh, Actually, I did eat before the show. Yay. Okay. All right. Now, I am reaching for this is a beautiful E-Boot number 2 brush. And so I am going to, wait, the first thing I really have to do is I need to find there it is. It's hiding behind the computer, right where I left it. I'm just going to hold my things over the trash can and spray this water in them. Just to get them a little bit wet. Push those over there, these over here, so you can see them and see what we can do. Now this is an interference red. No, that's the interference red. So that is over black. That actually looks like a red tint. But I am going to use the this one. And I don't remember what the name. This is the interference red blue. That's what this one is. So I want to, just like the, you know, the Paul Rubens or the Kuratakis or anything else. I made these myself with Pearl X pigment and gum arabic. I followed a 50-50 recipe. Or no, I did not follow wait. Yes, I did follow a 50-50 recipe. And I can tell you that they dried very, very solidly. They do crack, but they don't fall out of the pan. And oh, thank you. I like the way the dots turned out as well. And they are very translucent, so they are going to blur my black lines, but that is okay. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. I will show you, but I get to enjoy it for a couple seconds here first. Because I don't think it'll show up yet on the camera. It looks, it's got a glow like what kind of a glow would you call it? It's a blue glow, even though it's pink, because once again, this is interference blue. So it'll look red one direction and blue the next. And I'll see if I can make it so that you can actually see that. There you go. Does that, can everybody see how that's out? How it's pink there and then like glowy blue there? Anyway. Okay, cool. Okay, so that worked as an experiment. That worked. I think I got inspired by Fiona because everything she does on her channel, which is the acrylic pour art, is I mean, she's pretty much experimenting with new techniques all the time, just things that, you know, she'll dream up, like you know, like using and you know, using different things to press the paint around on the canvas on her dips, and different things produce different results because they have a different weight and they cause the suction to break, because the dipping, you're taking a canvas and you're putting it onto wet paint as opposed to painting on the canvas. And so when you put your canvas down, then at some point in time you have to break the suction as you pull it back up. And dependent upon the weight that's sitting on the canvas at the time, sort of governs how it pulls away. And it can be very, very cool. Got it. Okay. Hi, Kujin. How are you? Nice to see you. Hello, Amy. Take a second here to greet people that I haven't seen, and to those that I didn't see that I'm not gonna see unless they manage to get back on the screen before I looked away. What color is that purple? This purple, or this purple, or this. This is actually not purple. This is interference red blue. Hello, Anne at A Colorful Life. Lovely to see you. And yeah, okay, yes, this is, it is Interference Red Blue. And I will show it to you also in my swatch book. Once again, it is one of those colors that and Pearl X pigments. I've linked to some below, but what they are mica powder, and they're made by a company called Jacquard. Here we go. So this is all of the ones that I actually have. So you've got the golds and the silvers, and then you have the duo colors. So you have this is the duo red and blue, and so this is what I'm using right now. Is this one. I also have a misty lavender. Then I have one that is yellow green. So here it is sort of a greenish yellow. This is what it looks like over black. So it turns gold over black. And they're all duo colors. Anyway, they're very, very cool. And you can do this with any mica powder. It does not need to be Jacquard. The gum Arabic also is made by a number of different companies, so you don't have to have that either. It just happened to be that that's what I had. And let's see. No. Oh, I put the powders away when I finally got the watercolors made, because they come in a rather large jar, and it was too big. So now everything is all in this little who'd you call it? And I made the palette too. I just went to Walmart and got a little tin, and then I ordered a bunch of the half pans with a sheet of square magnets on the back, and dropped the magnets in there, and made my very own little watercolor palette. And there's more than plenty of room, obviously, for all the other colors that they make when I get them. So then I'll have it all in one spot. Okay, so now we know how that's going to work. I can finish that part later. How are we doing on time? 3:18. Okay. Deb, are you coming on at 4? Yes? 4 my time? 9 your time? Deb at the Modernist Colorist will be coming up next. And, oh, Anne, look what I got. It was Anne who inspired these, who inspired me to put these on my list. And then, of course, Deb who sent them to me. So they are so cool. And I love these. And for those of you who do not watch the Modernist Color or the Colorful Life, please do. Anne is just the best girlfriend in the world. I get to spend 2 or 3 hours a week with her every week, rain or shine. And she makes the most lovely videos and talks about her life and good stuff like that. And she's a very good colorist too. Okay, so on to the next. So let's go back to these. I think these are dry enough to where we could add something to them. Maybe what haven't we used yet? Okay, so those were watercolors. So how about we use I think if we use a blue, it would show up. I think if I use a purple, it's going to turn brown. She is definitely a Southern belle. Absolutely. Savannah, Georgia. Are you kidding? Does it get any more Southern belle than that? It could not possibly. Okay, so now this is the larger of the points. So maybe instead of doing them all, I just do every other one with a little, you know, something, something to decorate them up. Or maybe you just do the very bottom edge of them. You decide, and you get to be the boss of your coloring book, and you just have all the fun that you want to have. Now, can you imagine doing this with your children to stimulate, you know, learning and all of those kinds of things, playing with colors? I have I have a friend who has uh, a very gifted decorative child, and she started drawing clothes when she was about 6 years old, and she is now 18 and draws the most amazing fashions that you have ever seen. That would, I mean, you'd actually buy them. You would seriously buy them. They are darling. You'd buy them for your daughter. You wouldn't buy them. Well, I certainly wouldn't buy them for myself, but I'd buy them for my kids if I had any. So you can do whatever you want here. Just play, have fun. So you know, if you want to use your pens or your pencils and do, I was going to try the little X technique. So I did that one in stripes. So let's do this one in X's and see how we like that. Now, obviously, this would probably work better if you had bigger spaces to work with than, you know, say the small flowers, but they don't have to be, you know, they don't have to be huge spaces. That's so funny. And I gotta say, you've taken onto the water. Somebody has taught you to swim. I've been watching, and I love that you love your watercolor pencils. I just think that's so cool. SoCal. Dove, that stands for Southern California. And all of us who are originally from there call it SoCal. It's also an exclamation. Oh, that is SoCal for So California. I have a lot of people ask me why I would ever choose to move from California, because it really has gorgeous weather, guys. It really does. All year round for the most part. But the problem is that the world realizes that. and it is crowded. Bye, Gary. And you guys, I know that this is probably not exciting, but it's what I needed to do today. I needed to have a fun day of just playing with my coloring and showing you that it's okay to play with your coloring too. Plus, I get to show off some pretty cool supplies because those glitter pens are very, very cool. I think we need the I'll go back to doing show off coloring next week. Okay. And I'm liking it. So what haven't we tried yet? Michelle, you get used to it after a while. You just sort of dance with it. I know that people think that earthquakes are so scary. I personally think a tornado is the scariest thing that has ever been dreamed up by the powers that be. And oh, have you? And and absolutely no worries on that. Uh, anyway, and as so you know, Gary was apologizing for having to leave. So, um, but when something comes up, you just gotta go deal with it. I mean, that is what life is about. It is about dealing with the stuff that comes up. Okay, so Yorkie. Oh, okay. Oh, Yorkie is Yorkshire. Okay, breaking codes here. I'm thinking, is a Yorkie a dog? Who's got a dog? I don't think Deb has a Yorkie. Oh, earthquakes, tornadoes, and hurricanes. Yeah, I've never been in a tornado, and but I have been in a hurricane. Two of them, as a matter of fact. I don't recommend either of them. I was in Hurricane Aniki in Kauai, and or actually in Maui, because I got there the morning after the hurricane had wiped out Kauai, uh, and I was in Isabel here, and it's always the ice storms, always the ice storms. They have it in for me. I start shaking in my boots every time. Every time there is a storm that starts with an I. Okay, so now let's do a maybe color. I'm thinking that I will just make this some, sort of boring color like green. But you say, that's not going to be boring because we are going to use, we are going to use a, you know what, let's use the blue since it's already open. We'll see how opaque it actually is. Oh, telling you guys, I'm loving that. I am absolutely loving that. These are so cool. Zier glitter paint markers. Very cool. Okay, and we come for balmy minus 20. No, thank you. I'm sorry, Melinda. I love you, but no. No, no, minus 25. The what's his name? Curiosity Incorporated, Alex. All winter long, working in that 40, 40 below weather, made himself so sick. It's like, no, thank you. That kind of cold you can keep. Okay, let's do this in, so we did that in the other, so we'll do this one in stripes. Most people have the reaction to our lovely temps. I grew up in the mountains, so I am used to, I say chilly weather, but we certainly, you know, consider chilly. I think the coldest day that we have had here in Virginia uh, was 17 degrees above zero. So just imagining what 20 or 40 degrees below zero feels like, I just can't even wrap my brain around it. I guess they say that after a certain temperature, it doesn't feel any different. Was that a tornado or Katie? Did you live up there? Oh, you left Michigan. Okay. Minus 40 with a wind chill. Arrived in Alabama in at 3 a.m. A balmy 59 degrees. Yes, yes, that would be quite the temperature change. That is amazing. I here in Virginia we do not get cold. We don't really get too hot. I lived a long enough time in both Palm Springs and in or around the Phoenix area to know what true desert hot really is. I love the way that turned out with the X's and the stripes. I think that is very cool. It's like painting with, or like coloring with printed fabric. That would be very cool as well. Okay. Now I could show you, by the way, I should show you all that I did finish this. This was the last. I mean, just to show you guys that anybody who might be new, that I really can actually color. This is the one from this week. I did put the background in that I talked about. Now I used the Graphitins. I used Derwent ink tints for all of this, and then I used the Graphitins, the Derwent Graphitins that Shannon kindly sent me for my birthday for the uh, background. So I used the meadow, the storm, and the ocean blue. So I can color. Today I'm just playing, taking you on a journey of cool coloring tools and other things you might be able to do in them. Like for instance, if you wanted to do a, let's say you wanted to do a shape, you could just do sixes. And just work those all in. I don't recommend that one, but you could do it if you wanted to. How about we make that one solid and we'll do something else? I think you need a finer pen to do that. Okay, and okay, so you could do that. And maybe do stripes this direction. And of course, if you didn't have watercolor markers, but you did have watercolor paint, you could do that. Or you could do it with pencil, or something along those lines. So you can mix up your textures, mix up your mediums. You can paint with just about anything, really. And yes, Deb, absolutely. And it is 3:37. I've been on an hour and 32 minutes. And I would very much like to do the handoff. Not right this very second, obviously, but whenever you are ready. If you are ready early, let me know, and I will hand off then. Otherwise, I will let everybody go in plenty of time for a lovely bathroom break before the modernist colorist. Okay, so now let's look at of Magic Dreams, because this is something that I really do want to experiment with, and that is the sort of very, very interesting coloring that is done. I want to say it's water, but I think you could do it with pencil as well. Buy in, or okay, yes. Okay, see you then. And once again, I apologize to anybody that I missed coming in. Any questions that you have been asking, I am here. I'm trying to be here. Chiggers are the worst. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I never encountered those until I came to Virginia. Yes, they are the worst. Okay. The chiggers got you. Okay. So let's look at these. I think you can do that with pencil. And what I wanted to do is try that on the outer frame, just for the sake of argument. So we've got the pink, okay, and we've got the darker purple. There is a pretty sort of a pinky pulling here. There is a pretty goldish orange. There is a darker orange. And there is sort of a wine color. Maybe not that one. Maybe that one. Okay, so we've got all of that. Michelle, thank you very much for coming. And, oh, did he hasn't come live yet, has he? He usually doesn't come live. Hi, Becky. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're just playing. We're just sort of playing with tools today, and just sort of, what I'm trying to do is is uh, is is hopefully stimulate folks thinking outside the box. That they're. I never want anybody to stifle their creativity. Because creativity is so important for all of us. Now, I am not being particular or fussy about what colors I'm putting where. I just sort of want them all to sort of go a bit together. And by picking this particular palette, I think I've done that. So I've worked my way through all of them, and then go up to the next one, and maybe just sort of start that whole sequence all over again. Working your way through the colors. See how pretty that could be if you just kept that up all the way around. This just fascinated me. This particular one just fascinated me. When I saw it, I was like, oh my, yes, because I love those colors together to begin with. And this one is so cool. And I've always been a big fan of hot pink and orange playing off of each other. Anybody else like that except me? And then, as if that wasn't enough, we will use this to do this line work. I could even, yeah, that's a pretty close match to what's there. But you could even step it up one more shade to maybe darken up some corners, or do a little zhuzhing up. Good night, Jude. Lovely to see you. Okay, we have just 15 minutes until Deb starts, and I know for me, because I'm a moderator over there, that I do need to take a little girl's break before I get ready to sit in that chair for a couple hours and actually get a chance to chat with people. Rest well, Jude. Thank you so much for coming. And Shara, I got to tell you that I have just loved your videos. Your bathing in the forest with Shara video was so much fun. Uh, you know, gosh, we laughed until we cried, and so I am really looking forward to you doing some of those, hopefully in the warm, balmy weather, not of New Zealand at this time of the year. Uh-oh, I've lost track of the colors here. Oh no. Here, I thought I had it so good. Sheriff spewed the tea. Spewed the tea, you did. No, 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 it surely does not. Although, for the record, nobody is naked. She's out in public, in the park, bathing in nature, not in the buff. Just making that clear. Yeah. And she's gonna get me a picture of those pretty boats too. I know she will. I know there's pretty boats there in that marina. This will be the last one, guys, and then I'm gonna give you a link to Dev's channel if you don't already have it, and you can load it up. Please do, if you have not subscribed to me and would like to, please do hit that subscribe and that like button. And also, please feel free to visit me on social media. All of that information, or in my Facebook group, that all of that information is down below in the links, along with my Etsy shop. And please don't forget that there is a uh, Easter egg for you to use. There it is again. It is a 25% off certificate that will get you 25% off everything in my store. So you can buy out the entire inventory and get 25% off. Uh, for those of you who don't know, there's more than just books there. All of the individual pages are also there, and they are priced at just $1.50. So with a 25% discount, what is that? 1.50 times 25%. So minus 38 cents. It's a deal. I do hope that I have made you think about coloring supplies that you might have in a little bit different of a way today. Hopefully introduced you to some new and fabulous glitter paint markers. And please, 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 the only limit to your coloring is your imagination. Don't worry what other people are doing. It's not up to you, or it's what they're doing is what they're doing. You only limit yourself by your own imagination. So don't do that, and and make the best out of every single day, and color because you love it. And so let me get a link to our gentleman's channel here. Also, just so people know, oftentimes at this time of day, after Dev will come the wonderful Shalene, and a little bit after her is also Belinda, Coloring Girl 1978, from Australia. She broadcasts from Australia. She is an absolute marvel of a colorist. I believe she's a certified Copics instructor. So she is wonderful to talk to and a lot of fun as well. Um, yes, exactly. Thank you, Melinda. Faithful Girl, 1978. Uh, Again, thank everybody for joining me. Until we meet again, please color something pretty. And thank you to my moderators. You guys are awesome. Thank you always for being here and showing up and keeping the folks happy while I like not pay attention. Bye everybody. See you on Wednesday.